Hi, in this video I'm going to show you how to take your first class personal calendar and move it into your Office 365 calendar. However, know that this is only going to allow you to view the events from first class. It will not allow you to edit them. One suggestion is I would clean up your first class personal calendar before you move this, or it will take all those past events that you no longer need. I'm going to demonstrate that first. I'll open up my personal calendar. An easy way to do this is to view it by a list. I'm going to go up to the top to View, View by List. You can organize this by date. It's showing my most current date, but I want to get rid of those past dates. So I'm going to reorganize this by clicking Start Date, and it's going to give me my oldest dates. So I have some dates here from 2003, 2009. So what I want are my more current events for just this year. So I can delete everything except for the current year that I have. I'm going to pretend that that's at that spot. I'm going to hold the Shift key down, click on that last event, and it selects them all. I'll right click and hit delete, and those events will go off of that calendar. That way they're not importing over into my Office 365. I no longer need to view those. I'm going to close the calendar and show you how to export that calendar. On top of my personal calendar, I'm going to right-click and select Export. On the top of this window, I'll select the second choice, All Events and Tasks. In the bottom section, I'm going to keep the first choice, iCalendar.ics, and press OK. It's going to start scanning all of my different files to find just those calendar events and tasks that I want to export out. Know that this process may take several minutes, possibly even hours. It's going through every possible folder or file. Just let it do that. Even if it gives you messages that some things are being skipped, that's okay. That's part of the process. Just wait for it to completely get finished. When prompted, the next step in transferring your calendar is to save it. I'm going to use my desktop so that I can easily find it. I'm going to name it something that I'll remember, so I'm going to call this my first class calendar and click Save. The next step I'm going to do in Office 365. So I'm going to open up my Office 365 account, and I want to eventually have this come into my calendar. But the next step that I have to do is I have to upload it to my OneDrive file storage area. I'm going to select OneDrive. I can drag and drop it into my OneDrive, or I can select Upload. I'm going to select Upload. I'm going to browse for it by going to my desktop. And I'm going to look for that first class calendar. Once I select it, I can choose Open, and it's going to upload that calendar. My next step is I need to share this with Edit Rights by link, and I'm going to take that link over into my calendars. Here's that first class calendar, and on the right side are three little dots. I'm going to click those three little dots, and there's a share option. I'll select Share, Get a Link. It's very important that you go all the way to the bottom under the word Edit and choose Create Link. If you accidentally do the View Only link, it will not work. I'll select Create Link. I have this link that I'm going to copy, and I'm done in OneDrive, so I'm going to close this and go to my calendar. Inside my calendar, by default, everyone is given one personal calendar. What I want to do is go up to the word My Calendars and right-click and select Open Calendar. I have a choice to open it from a directory or from an internet calendar. In my OneDrive account, they're acting as if that file that I uploaded is an internet calendar. I'm going to take that link that I copied, and I'm going to right-click inside that box and paste it and select Open. Now what it's going to do is it's going to bring in that first class calendar. This might take some time, so give it maybe 10-15 minutes until those events pop in. And now it's important to know that when you look at your Office 365 calendar, you're given a personal calendar. That's what's appearing as blue for me. Yours might be in a different color. Ignore this empty calendar that I have, but down below is the orange calendar that just came in. And all of the orange events that are showing on my calendar are the ones that just came in from first class. Remember that I can view them as long as it's check marked. If I want them off, I can take them off. If I want to view them again, they come back in. Notice it changed the color of it. I don't have any control over those colors right now, but it's important that you understand that you cannot edit those events that came from first class. Also, it's important to know that from now on, any future events, you're going to want to start putting in your Office 365 calendar so that eventually, after the events in your first class calendar have expired, you can delete that calendar off. One thing that I like to do is rename my first class calendar so that I don't get it confused with my Office 365 calendar. You can right-click on the calendar that you brought in and select Rename. I'm going to highlight it and call it my first class calendar. That way I know that those are the events that I had on my other calendar. I cannot edit those events. If I want to add a new calendar event, I want to do it to my Office 365 calendar. When all of my events from first class have expired eventually down the road, I can remove that calendar. Now you may want to rename your Office 365 calendar, but that is impossible. If you right-click on it, it does not allow you to remove that calendar, and it does not allow you to change the name of it. This is not something that everybody may want to do. You can still use your first class calendar through the rest of the year. You can go back and look at it. This is just an option or a solution for those that really want those first class calendar events that were on their personal calendar brought over so that they can view them all in one place. I hope you found this helpful. Look forward to future trainings on Office 365.